Howdy folks, good morning. Welcome to Beards and Camo. I'm just sitting here drinking my coffee, chilling in my slippers and lounge pants. And I figured I would make this little video mainly about my YouTube channel and Bigfoot. Why do I have more than one subject on my YouTube channel? Because I love more than one thing. Most channels have one subject that they focus on. Well, I guess I do too. The things I love. That's the subject. I love hunting, fishing, bushcraft, survival skills, gardening, Bigfoot. Everything on my channel is about stuff that I love, my hobbies, so forth. Am I after anybody's money? Nope. Would I like to have a lot of subscribers? Sure I would. Anything you do in life, you should want the best. That's why I put my videos out there, and sure, there's people that give me flack about posting my videos on Facebook groups, but if you don't like it, just don't watch them. Yeah, there's been people that's been a little hateful about it, but the majority of the people have given me support and encouraged me on. So, I even joined a group yesterday, and I asked permission to post my videos on there, and they said yes. And everybody but one person has basically said, heck yeah, let's see them. One person said, and this is said to me twice in two different groups. If I want to watch YouTube, I'll go to YouTube. Okay, that's cool. That's that's how I watch a lot of YouTube, is I go to YouTube. But if I find someone's video on a Facebook group that could potentially be interesting to me, well, that's just eliminated one step. I don't have to click over to Facebook or over to YouTube. Anyhow, my thoughts on, and someone else asked me, a lot of people ask me if I have seen Bigfoot. No, I have not seen Bigfoot face to face. One person asked me how, if I've not seen Bigfoot, why do I do videos? Why do I post videos? Because I want to. Because I do believe in Bigfoot. I believed in Bigfoot since my papa took me in 1972 to see the movie The Legend of Boggy Creek, which was made of various encounters of the Fouke monster in Fouke, Arkansas. Accounts that have been going on since the 1940s. And then I seen, around about that time, I seen the footage of the Patterson-Gimlin film, which just kind of really hit home and made me believe even more. My dad was a believer. I don't know if he ever seen one or anything. He also believed in UFOs. I never had the chance to ask my dad if he had ever seen one because he passed away at the age of 42. I am a born-again Christian. And yes, I do believe in Bigfoot. Why? Because God created it. Whatever it is, God created it. So, and that subject has come up. God created it. Whether it's an animal or a type of human or whatever, God created it. Why not? Why have not many? Why is it not in the mainstream along with other animals? I don't know. For some reason, they're covering it up. Why have not a lot of people seen it? I was asked. A lot of people have seen it. All around the world. Why have they not evolved like we have? Why have deer haven't? Why haven't gorillas or chimpanzees evolved like humans did? Put clothes on and walk around town smoking cigars and drinking beer. I don't know. I don't have answers. I am not an expert. No one's an expert unless they have one in their science lab or, down in their basement. With the fact of me not seeing a Bigfoot face to face, I have encountered some things. I have had something scream at me in the early hours of the morning. I've never heard a scream like that before. That took place in Preble County, Ohio, when I was deer hunting one morning. I cannot explain what that scream was, but it kind of ruined the hunt for that day. I've come across nests, big nests, not looking like a bird nest, but in bushes that the area was big enough to where, like, say, 3 or 4 grown men could lay down. I've come across stacks of rocks out where typically nobody goes up there. 3 years ago, I moved down here to Kentucky with my family. This is where my family's from. We have family land, family homestead land, which is where I do my camping and my hunting and fishing and so forth. When I first started going there, me and my brother found some stick structures, stick formations, and here's that just Mother Nature did not make. Plain and simple. Here's some pictures of them. In that first picture, notice how that stick is woven in those little trees. That stick woven into those trees, Mother Nature didn't do that. I couldn't move that stick. It was tight in there. I don't have an explanation, but that stick in those trees right there was right close to an area that I was out walking by myself. Still new to this land, the family land. That stick and trees was right by this area that I come across. I hit that, and it was on right on a little rise, a little knoll, in which it went down into a holler, and there was a whole lot of downed trees. More trees in that little tight holler, dead downed trees, than what could have grown there. There wasn't any stumps there, but all those trees, and I didn't think much about it, and it was pretty thick. There was a lot of mountain laurel around it. Up on the top of the ridge, which this particular ridge was like, it was like a tabletop. It went up because I ended up going up top. I started to jump ahead of myself. So I seen that. I go up over down in the holler, and I start to go up the ridge from where I was at down in the holler. There was this area with like 5 cave openings. I get to this one point, and I hear this crashing. I look up, and it's a boulder flying over my head, about 50 foot, something like that. And I get these thoughts in my head: leave. You're not allowed here. Yes, that scared shit out of me. I kind of panicked. I got turned around. I ended up on the top of that tabletop ridge. That's how I knew it was a tabletop. And I left. I left out of there as fast as I could get. And I refused to go to that area of that land. Also, right during that time, I was still fresh to that land, going to that land. I camped out, I camped out by myself for 2 nights and 3 days. On that last day, that last morning, I suddenly got scared. Really scared, the feeling of dread. So scared, and I love being out in the woods alone. Camping alone. I've done it many, many times. But that particular morning, well, I got so scared that I blew my brother's phone up to come and get me, and he couldn't figure out why. And by the time he got there to pick me up, I had all my stuff carried up the mountain and was sitting there waiting with the pistol loaded and ready. I don't have an explanation for that, but that's what it was. Have I been scared there since? No. I thought to myself, after that boulder was thrown on me, this is kind of like a dream come true, this land being available to me. I'm not gonna let anything scare me away or keep me out of there. So if there is a Sasquatch there, we're gonna have to learn to share that land, or it's gonna kill me one, or it's gonna leave. But hopefully we can share it. I have, you know how you just know sometimes that you're being watched. Say like you're sitting there and you get that feeling like you're being watched, and you turn around and your cat or your dog is staring a hole right through you. I get that quite a bit. I was squirrel hunting, and mind you, there's a lot of squirrels out there. A lot of squirrel. I wanted to kill a squirrel and have it for lunch. I was camping out there in the fall. Because why a squirrel? Why not just eat some of the food I brought? Because I didn't want to. I wanted to eat something wild. Well, I see no squirrel. There was no squirrel movement that particular morning. I don't recall there being any bird movement. One thing that did move that I noticed, something was jet black, and it was behind a stump about 50 or 60 yards from me, and I could see it kind of moving, like it was something hiding from me, watching me. And I was sitting facing this way, but I could see it. So I'd see it out of the corner of my eye. And I was sitting up against this tree right here. It's an oak tree. And I'd just kind of sit back. And I'd peek around every now and then. And I could see it peeking around. Crazy. Some friends of mine came. They have 2 children. And we camped for 2 days out there. They live up in Indiana. And me and my buddy at the same time heard twice a gorilla grunt. The first time it was about 10 o'clock direction. The second time about 12 o'clock direction. I didn't say anything on the first one. The second one, it happened and we instantly looked at each other. I said, "Did you hear that?" He said, "Yep." I said, "Grab your piece." We both grabbed our pistols. And we took off and around. Thought that if it, possibly we could intercept or see something and hear something. I asked him what he had heard, and he said, because I didn't want to influence. I said, Sully, what'd you hear, man? Tell me what you heard. He said it sounded like a effing gorilla. I said, okay, cool. That's exactly what I heard. We saw nothing. We heard nothing. There's thoughts that Bigfoot can cloak themselves. If that's true, maybe it was still standing right there and cloaked itself, but we just didn't see it. Maybe it was up in a tree and we didn't look up in the tree and see it. I don't know. Do I hope to see one? Yep. I hope it's on friendly terms. What will I do? I don't know. I don't know what I'll do if I actually see a mountain lion or a bear and they're here. Have I seen one yet? Nope. I've heard growls out here 100 yards from my house. Me and the wife did. It's actually on one of my videos from last year, year before last, something like that. One of my earlier videos when I just started this channel. And you can hear the growl. I had a 9mm with me, which won't do anything, just scare something possibly, hopefully. And I took off towards a direction, and I never seen anything. And we heard it. We heard it. Me and my wife both heard it. We heard the growls, 5 or 6 of them. Yeah. So again, I've not seen one face to face, but I believe, and I have seen what they say is evidence and heard things. I have heard crazy coyote howls that you just sounded like a coyote, but not. I just knew. And then it started a pack of coyotes howling, and that pack of coyotes come within 20 yards of my tent until I shined the light out of my tent, and it was approximately 10:30 at night. Soon as that beam of light went out, I didn't see anything. I never heard another coyote. Never heard it run away, nothing. I have heard bipedal footsteps at night close to my tent. Shined my light out, looked all around, walked out of the tent and looked around. Nothing. Nothing walking away, not seeing anything. So yeah, and on one of my videos here recently, I come across a hemlock tree that had been broken off about 10 foot up. the whole trunk had been, the top of it had been broken off. It wasn't a big one. It had been broken off, and that broken off piece was leaning up against the trunk of the tree. Not like it had fallen off and fell. It was broke off and placed up against the trunk. I have it on video. It's on one of my I think the video is called Just a Stroll Through the Woods or Walking Through the Woods or something like that. I don't have an explanation for that. Wind did not do that. And it was recently done. So yeah, I'm done chatting. I've been on here for 15 minutes now. I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to clear some of that stuff up, kind of give an explanation of some things that sit in my head, you know, as I'm trying to spread my YouTube around, my YouTube channel, my videos around. Nobody believes. I don't care. Nobody wants to watch, you know, my videos. That's fine. Yes, I do care, but that's fine. You don't have to. You know, and the Facebook group administrators and moderators, if they allow me to post my videos on there, I'm gonna do it. Because the majority of the people are cool with it. I have a Facebook group that I started entitled Beards and Camo. If somebody wants to post something on there, they could submit it to me. And if it has something to do with outdoors, then I'll post it. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not going to say no. I'm a friendly guy. Alright, I'm done. I just wanted to say a few things. You guys be careful out in them woods. Don't be hateful to other people. If you don't believe what they believe, then don't be hateful. Don't be mean. Don't poke fun at them. That's not right. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything. Don't type anything. It doesn't hurt to support somebody. If they believe something, if they believe they saw something, it doesn't hurt for you to say, hey man, it's cool. I don't necessarily believe it, but it's cool. You know, you seen it, you believe it, and I'm here for you. You don't have to be hateful. We should all support each other. There's too much of that bullcrap in this world. Too much hateful, too much spiteful stuff in this world. We shouldn't be that way. God doesn't want us to be that way. Alright. I'm done. You guys be careful out there and be nice to each other. And as always, I love you. God loves you. I'm out.